Here we will solve some questions from IGCSE Mathematics, topic circles. So questions are taken from year 2021, February, March and May, June. Past exam papers, Cambridge 0580, variant 22. So it is from February, March 2021, question 15. Points EFGH lies on the circle. EFGH, these points lies on the circle, and EG is equal to EH, which means this length is equal to this length. So these two lengths are equal. It means EHG is an isosceles triangle. That means this angle is equal to this angle. So sides, angles opposite to the equal side are always equal. ET is tangent to the circle at E. So this line ET is the tangent to this circle at this point E. And we don't have any diameter or any radius in this circle shown. So it means we cannot use that property that tangent is perpendicular to the radius or diameter. So it means we have a chance to use the alternate segment theorem here. So let's see. They have given us two numeric values. One is the angle FET is equal to 47. This angle is 47. And angle FEG is 25. This is 25. And we have to find the value of this x. So we have to find the value of x. Okay. Value x we can find in this triangle, which is an isosceles triangle, if we know any one of these two angles, because both are equal. So if we know any one of these two angles, so then we can easily find the value of x by using that the sum of the interior angle of a triangle is 180. Okay, so now we'll see how to find this angle or this angle. So we are given these angles. So if we use this angle 47, which is the angle between this chord EF and the tangent ET. So this angle is 47. So according to the alternate segment theorem, this chord is subtending the angle in this circle is this one, which is this, because E is joining with H and F is joining with H. So this is the angle subtended by this chord in the circle. So according to the alternate segment theorem, this angle which is between the tangent and the chord is always equal to the angle which this chord is subtending in this circle. So it means this angle will be 47. And the reason is alternate segment theorem. So I'm also showing the working here. So we can say that EHF, this angle is equal to 47 due to this property. Okay, now if we see, this is also a chord EG, which is making an angle of 25 plus 47 with the tangent. So this angle which this chord EG is making, so EG is subtending an angle inside the circle, which is this orange angle, this one. So this is equal to this angle due to this chord. Okay, so same using this alternate segment theorem again, we can say that first we'll find what is 25 plus 47. 25 plus 47 is equal to 72 degrees. So it means this is 72. So it means this whole angle is 72. which means here same property, so we can say that the angle EHG is equal to 72, and the same property is this. Now if this is 72, it means this angle is also 72, because this is equal due to the isosceles triangle property. So now this is 72, 72, and this is x. So it means that the interior angle of the triangle in this triangle EHG, x plus 72 plus 72 will be equal to 180 degrees. And from here we can say x is equal to 180 minus 72, which will be equal to 36. So it means that x is equal to 36. So this is the answer of this part. These kind of questions have multiple methods to do. We have realized after doing this that this 47 degree we didn't use. We can find directly 72 degree from here, and then this is 72, and then we use the interior angle of the triangle. Okay, now see the next question we have taken from February March 2021, paper 42. So before it was paper 2, now it is paper 4, variant 2. So here we have some question related to the circles, but the first part of this question, part A, is not related to the circle, but we will do this also. So here if we see, the diagram shows two straight lines intersecting two parallel lines. So these are the parallel lines. Where the arrow is made, it means these lines are parallel. So if these two are parallel, then this is the transversal. Or if we take these two lines parallel, then this is the transversal. So we have multiple properties in parallel lines and the transversal. So mostly three properties we use. One property is that when we have two parallel lines and a transversal is cutting that, so this angle is always equal to this angle. These are alternate angles. Similarly, if we have two parallel lines and a transversal, so this angle is equal to this angle. These are corresponding angles, and these are also equal. And these alternate angles are also equal. And then the third is that when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, so two angles which are inside the two parallel lines, like this angle and this angle, these two are not equal, their sum is 180. So they add up to 180. Okay, so these three properties we can use here to find these. And one basic property of two intersecting lines, that if these two lines are intersecting, then this angle is always equal to this angle, which is called vertical angles. And similarly, this angle is equal to this angle. Okay, so now see, the value of A we will find by simply using the two lines that are intersecting. So this angle is A, so this angle is 126, so it means these both are equal. So it means the value of A is also 126. So this one we have found. Then we will find the angle B. Angle B is equal to this angle, or we can say angle B is equal to this angle, this one. So if this angle is B, so corresponding angles. So now these two angles are lying on a straight line. So it means the sum of these two will be 180. So we can say that B plus 126 is equal to 180. So this will give us B is equal to 180 minus 26, 126, which is equal to 54 degrees. So it means the value of B is 54. So we have multiple ways to find this angle. Like one method is this, which we did. Another way, if I mark with some other color, so if this is B, it means this is B. If this is B, so these two are the co-interior angles, so they add up to 180. So it means we can say B plus 126 is also equal to 180 degrees. See, we got the same expression as we got here. So it means we'll get the same answer. Okay, now we'll find the value of C. Angle C is situated here. Remember, it's very important that this angle has no relation with this 126 degrees. Some students think that these two are also co-interior angles. No, because this line is not parallel to this line, so these two are not having any relation between them. Only these two have the relation because these two lines are parallel. So it's very important. So now these two lines are parallel and this is the transversal. So these two are the co-interior angles. So they also add up to 180. So it means for this one we can say that C plus 63 is also 180. So it means C is equal to 180 minus 63, which will be 117. So it means we got that this is 170. So this is the solution of this question. Each part is 1 mark. Okay. So here we use only the parallel lines and the transversal properties of the angles. Now coming to this circle question. Okay. So here we have points R and S lie on the circle with diameter PQ. Here the diameter is also mentioned. Any question where the diameter or the center is mentioned, it means that question is easier than the other questions. So here the diameter is this and they mark this dot here, it means this will be the center of the circle. Okay, so it means we have two semicircles now. One is this part semicircle and one is this semicircle. It means we can use here semicircle properties also. Okay, so let's see the question. They are saying PQ is parallel to BS. RQ is parallel to BS. RQ is parallel to BS. They also make the arrows to show that these two are parallel. So it means we can also use the previous part properties, alternate angle, corresponding angle, and the co-interior angle properties here. Okay. Now the angle RPQ is 58. So this angle is 58. So we have to find the value of x by giving also the geometrical reason for each stage of our working. Okay, so let's see. First of all, since it's the diameter, so if this is the diameter, so this is a semicircle. So in the semicircle, if we have a triangle, which the diameter is subtending, so that is always a right angle triangle. So angle subtended by the diameter in a semicircle is always a right angle. So this is the property of the semicircle. So using the semicircle property, the angle R will be equal to 90 degrees. So basically we should write it here in the space provided here. So this is the R is equal to 90 and this is the reason, semicircle property. So it means this is 90. This square symbol is also the symbol for 90 degree, or you can write 90 here. Okay, now this is a right angle triangle and we know that this is 58. So it means then easily then this will be because these add up to 180 and this is 90. It means these two add up to 90. So this will be 90 minus 58. So then angle Q will be equal to 90 minus 58 and this will be equal to 32, and the reason is uh, sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180. Basically we use this method, and since one angle was 90, so we said that this is also add up to 90. Okay. Then we have to find the value of x. The major question was we have to find the value of x. So value of x, so these two lines are parallel. This is parallel to this line. So this is the transversal, which means that this angle is equal to this angle, which is x. This is alternate angles. So it means the angle x will be equal to angle q, which we already have found it is 32. So, and the property is alternate angles are equal. Basically, the complete properties alternate interior angles are equal. So these are inside the two parallel lines. So, but you can also write it like this. So it means the value of x is 32. Okay, so then we have the next question, part C of the same question. So this is another circle. Remember, in all these cases, it's written not to scale. It means you cannot measure the unknown angle with a protractor to write the answer. You have to use some property of circles or some other geometric property to use to find the angle. Okay, now here ABC lies on the circle, so these 3 points lie on the circle, and O is the center of the circle. Angle AOB is given a numeric value 142, and we have to find the value of y, which is this angle. So remember, these angles are not equal, and these angles are not add up to 180 because it's not a cyclic quadrilateral. 3 points are on the circle, but the 4th point is not on the circle. So this is not a cyclic quadrilateral. So never use a cyclic quadrilateral property here. Okay, so now what can we do? We can do that this angle, so double of this angle will be this angle. So this angle will be 2y. And the reason is central angle property. The angle subtended by an arc at the center. This is the angle which is subtended by this arc AC, this whole arc. So this arc is also subtending the angle on the circumference here, because the endpoints of this arc A and C are joining at the point P here. So this is the angle subtended by this arc on the circumference. So angle subtended by the arc at the center is twice the angle subtended by the same arc on the circumference. This is the central angle property in a circle. Okay, so using this reason, if this is y, so this is 2y. Okay, maybe you are familiar regarding this property, maybe in this shape. So like if we have an arc here, so angle at the center by this arc is here. So this will be twice the angle which this arc is making anywhere on the circumference. So it is making angle on the circumference here. So this angle, so these two angles have the relation that if this angle is x, then this is 2x. So this is the angle at the center, and this is the angle on the circumference by the arc AB. So if we expand this, then it will get this shape. Okay, so this is the property. So now we know that angle at a point, all the sum of the angles around a point is always equal to 360. So which means that there are only two angles which are subtended at this point. So one is 140 and one is 2y. So it means 2y plus 142, that will be equal to 360. Angle around a point, if we have multiple angles around a point, if this is ABC, so A plus B plus C is always equal to 360. 2 or 3 or 4 or so on, the sum of those angles around a point is always equal to 360. So then from here we can find easily the value of y. So 2y is equal to 360 minus 142, and then we divide this by 2. So it means y is equal to 360 minus 142 divided by 2. And then if we simplify this, so we'll get it equal to 109. So it means the value of y is 109 degrees. We are not putting the degree symbol here because already here it is written y degree. It means the y is only 109, the number. Okay. But if they say find the angle ABC, then we'll write 109 degrees. So this was the question, part C. Okay, now there is another question in the same year. If you remember, we are doing the paper February-March 2021, paper 4, variant 2. So question number 3. So these are the three parts of this, and now in the same paper we have question number 8. Okay, this is related to the sector. The diagram shows a sector OXY. So this whole is a sector of a circle with center O and radius 9.5. So the radius of this sector is 9.5. This is 9.5 and this is also 9.5, this one, because both are the radius. So here you can also write that this is 9.5, this length from here to here. Okay, so the sector angle is 53. So angle subtended by the sector is 53, this one. So A lies on OX and B lies on OY, these two, and given that OA is equal to OB, which means we can say that this length OA is equal to the length OB till here. That means this is an isosceles triangle. Okay, now show that the area of the sector is 41.7 square centimeter, correct to one decimal place. So if we know the formula of the area of the sector, so we can easily do this part. Here remember the answer is already given. So these 2 marks will be only for finding this value. The working we have to show. So I will make a space here. Okay. So we know that the area of the sector is equal to angle, which is 53, angle of the sector divided by 360. This is the formula. Times, if it is area, it is pi r square. If it is arc length, then it is 2 pi r here. So it is area, so it means it is pi r square. So this is times. So just we'll put the radius here. We will get the answer. So it means it is equal to 53 over 360 times pi. Pi in the calculator you can use 3.142, or the calculator value you can use. R is 9.5 square. So now by using calculator we will get it 41.77417 and so on. There are many digits after that. So it means that when we round this value to one decimal place, so it will be 41.7 because the next digit after 7 is smaller than 5. So it will not increase here any number. So 47 plus this many square centimeters to one decimal place. If in the question they mark some accuracy level, so then if you don't follow that, you will penalize. You will be penalized. So you will lose 1 mark if you don't write 41.7. If you write 41.74 or 41.7417, so you will lose 1 mark because you have to show to one decimal place. It is exactly this 41.7. Okay, so this was a straight question. By using the formula, we got the answer directly. Now, second part, they give an information that the area of the triangle OAB, which means this triangle, area of this is 1/3 of the area of the sector OXY, which we already have found that it is 41.7417 and so on. So 1/3 of this value is the area of the triangle. So we have to find the length OA. If we mark the length OA as X, so OB is also X. So we'll see what is the area of this triangle OAB. So area of triangle OAB will be equal to half AB sine C. That formula we'll use here. So it will be half X times X, X times X into sine of 53 degrees. Okay, so now this area is 1/3. This area is 1/3 of the area of the sector. So we can write it as half x square sine 53 degrees is equal to 1/3 of the area of the sector, which is better to use the full value which is already on the display of your calculator, this value. So then you will find the value of x. So from here, if I move sine 53 to this side and 2 to this side, so from here we will get that x square will be equal to, so we'll get x square is equal to 34.844 and so on the calculator. It means that x will be equal to square root of this value. So which will be 5.90289 and so on. So to 3 significant figures, we know this is the policy in Cambridge IGCSE that if the answer is not exact, so we now need to 3 significant figures. So it means this will be equal to 5.90 to 3 significant figures. So it's 4-mark question. So we have to show all these working in detail like this to get all these 4 marks. Okay, now the next part of this question, this was part A. Then we have part B, and this has no relation with the first part because here they gave us another sector which has an angle of 60 degrees. This was having a 53-degree angle and some other radius. Here the radius is 24. So diagram shows a sector OPQ of a circle with center O and the radius 24. So So the sector angle is 60 degrees. The cone is made from this sector by joining OP to OQ. We know that when we fold a circular sector, it always make a cone. So like if we fold this point P, we bring to this end, we join it to this side, so it will coincide here P and Q. So then this length, if I mark it with blue color, so this length, this arc length will become the circumference of the base of the cone, which is a circle. This blue length is always equal to this blue length. So this concept we'll use in this one. We'll see what is asked in this question. So here, calculate the volume of the cone. So for the volume of the cone, the formula for the volume of the cone is given here in the question statement. So which is 1 over 3 pi r square into h, which means 1 over 3 base area into height. Base is a circle here. So here this is the radius, and here we will have the height h, which is not given. So we need to find h as well as we need to find r, and then we'll be able to find the volume of this cone. Okay, now let's see how to find r. We can find easily, as I explained, that this length is equal to the circumference of this circle. So that concept we'll use here. So first of all, here this arc length, using the formula of the arc length L, this is the length L. So this is equal to angle 60 divided by 360 times 2 pi r, and r is 24. Remember, this r is different than this r. This r is for the cone and this r is for the sector. So if we simplify this, we will keep the answer in terms of pi to keep our working exact. Okay, so if we use here the calculator, so this will be 8. So 8 pi. Better to write in 8 pi. Never use the value of the calculator for pi, because then it will be in decimal and then you have to round it to some certain value. So best way is that use the exact value, which is 8 pi centimeters. Okay, now it means that 8 pi is actually the circumference of this circle, because this circle is actually obtained by folding this sector. So this arc length is equal to the circumference of the circles. It's equal to, if I mark C as the circumference of the circle, and circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So the rest of the working I'll do here. So it means that arc length 8 pi is equal to 2 pi r, and r is unknown, so that we can easily find from here. So here this pi is cancelled with this pi, and 8 is cancelled by 2, so we get r is equal to 4. So this is the advantage of getting the exact answer, advantage of keeping this value exact, not in decimal. So r is equal to 8, it means this is 8. Sorry, r is equal to 4, so it means this is 4. And now we know that in this one, this length, this is called the slant height of the cone. This will be the same as this 24, because OP is this OP here. So if you see this one, see it is OP length and OQ length both are here, which is 24. So now we have a right angle triangle with this radius r as 4 and this hypotenuse as 24. So we can find the height easily by using the Pythagoras theorem. So it means h will be equal to hypotenuse square minus the length square, and then the square root of that value, which is equal to 4 root 35. Better to keep it is exact because it's not the final answer. Only the final answer will round to 3 significant figures. So keep it in square root form. So this is the height of this, and now we will be able to find the volume. Volume of this cone will be equal to 1 over 3 pi r square h. So it means volume is equal to 1 over 3 pi r, which is 4 square, into h, which is 4 root 35. Okay, now we will use the calculator to find the final answer for this, and that answer is 396.4994 and so on. So we will round it to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures are these, because the next number is 4, so it will be 396 cubic centimeter. Remember, some students, they first round this number to 5 from this 99, and then due to that 5 they round this to 7, which is wrong. We will not do a double rounding here. Only once we will change the whole number into 3 significant figures. So we'll just see the neighboring digit of the third non-zero digit from the left side. Okay, so it is 396 cubic centimeter. So this was this question. And now we have some more questions like this one. It is from May-June 2021, variant 2, paper 2. So here A, B, C are the points of the circle, center O, everything is shown here. D, A, D, C are tangents. So D, A and D, C are the tangents to this circle. We call them common tangent from a point outside the circle. Okay. So angle at the point D by these two tangents is 44 degrees. Work out the value of x. So this x we have to find. It is 3 marks. So remember, there is no direct relation between this angle and this angle. Using the common tangent properties, one of the properties say that this angle and this angle are supplementary, which means if this is 44, so this is 180 minus 44. So this angle is 180 minus 44, which is 136. So we got this angle is 136. Now in the circles, we know the property that the angle at the center by the arc, here the arc is AC, is double the angle on the circumference marked by the same arc. So it means double of x is equal to 136. So we can write here now that 2 times x is equal to 136. Twice the angle on the circumference by an arc is equal to the angle subtended by the same arc at the center, central angle property. Okay, so now it's easy. X will be equal to 136 over 2, which is 68. It means that the value of x is 68. So this step is important to show, and this step is also important to show. Here we use, they didn't write to show, also describe the reasons, but I'm writing the reasons for your reference. So here what property we use? That common tangent property. So we have 3 common tangent properties. One is that this angle between the tangents and the angle by the radii at the end of the common tangents, they are always supplementary. Second property is that this length dA is always equal to the length CD. And the third property is that when we join D to O, so then that line will bisect the angle 44 as well as the angle at the center 136. So the other two properties we are not using, only we are using that these two angles are supplementary in this question. Okay, so this was the question 13 of this paper. Now we will have another question, which is question 19 in the same paper. So this is the first part of that. So it is related to the perimeter area volumes. So the diameter shows the shape made from an equilateral triangle ABC and a sector of circle. Point B and C lies on the circle. B and B lies on the circle and center is A. Okay. So what does this statement mean? This means that we have a sector which is this one and a triangle which is this one. This is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means that these three sides are equal in length and each angle will be then 60 degrees. Okay, so these are hidden in this information. Okay, so work out the perimeter of this shape. Perimeter means that sum of all the boundaries of the shape. It has only two boundaries. One is this circular arc, which we can say its length L, and one is this length BC, so which we mark as X. Okay, so it means that the perimeter will be equal to L plus X. So both these we will find now. It's given that the side of the equilateral triangle is 12.4. It means this X is 12.4 centimeters, as well as these lengths are also 12.4, and this is the radius of the circle. Okay, so it means we got the radius of the circle also. And we know that this angle, according to the equilateral triangle property, this is 60. All the three angles are 60 each. We need actually the angle at the center only. Now we can find this arc length if we know this angle, because this major sector is the major angle. So which is, we know that this total angle is 360. So it means this angle will be 360 minus 60, which is equal to 300 degrees. So which means we have a major sector which is having an angle of 300 degrees and the radius is 12.4. So this arc length L will be equal to angle, which is 300 divided by 360 times its our length, so it will be 2 pi r. If it is area, it will be pi r square. So radius is 12.4. So we will simplify this, and better to keep the answer in terms of pi. So it is 62 over 3 pi. So this is the arc length. So it means that the perimeter will be equal to this arc length plus the length BC, which we mark as X. So it means it is 62 over 3 pi plus X, which is 12.4. So final result will be 77.3622 and so on, 3262 so on. So rounding to three significant figures, this will be equal to 77.3, because the neighboring digit of 3 is 2, which is smaller than 5. We don't increase any value here. So 73.3 centimeter is the perimeter of this shape. Okay, now this was the part A, and finally we will have the part B of this question, which is this one. Okay, so here again we have a question which is not related to the previous question part of this question. So they mentioned the angle here is 41. The diagram shows two sectors of a circle. The major sector is shaded. The area of the major sector is 74.5 square centimeter. It means this area is 74.5 square centimeters, this shaded area. So calculate the radius of the circle. So we know that when this area is used, so we'll use this angle. We will never use this angle for the sector. If we use 41, then we use the area of this white part. Okay, so then this angle will be 360 minus 41, so which will be equal to 319 degrees. So it is asked to find the radius. The area is given, so we'll use the area formula of the sector. So area is 390, the angle, divided by 360 times pi into r square, and this is given that it is 74.5. Now from here we'll get r square is equal to 74.5 times this 360 and then divided by 319 into pi. Keeping r square here and moving these extra terms to the other side of the equation, we got this, and then the square root of this will be the final answer. So it is 26.7619 and so on. So which means r will be equal to square root of this, and if we take the square root of this, it will be 5.17319 and so on. So to three significant figures, it will be this, because the neighboring number is smaller than 5. So the answer will be 5.17 centimeter. So this is the radius of this circle when the area of the major segment was given. Okay, so these were the questions. So it's done.